Robin.
Aunt loves Muse. You like the Muse, right, Aunt?
I actually don't mind Muse.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
I know.
I think you didn't like him at first.
No, sometimes I have to. It takes me a while to distinguish some of the stupid shit generic bands from the rest. But I think Muse kind of stands out a little bit. Yeah. Don't ask me anything about, a song or anything like that.
We got the most annoying 30 seconds. The finalists, Jimmy, there's some good ones. We're down at 12, so we're going to need your help today a little later, okay?
Sure.
But we got Brie Olson calling in, so maybe after Brie's phone call.
She's calling at 8:30.
8:30, yeah. But we got other things to do. We got Bob Sheifer, Sheifer calling Mr. Trump a racist. And then we got the Whoopi Goldberg
Who's Bob
clip.
Sheifer?
He's one of those CBS Evening News guys.
A racist.
And then we got Whoopi Goldberg, the clip and just...
Yeah, Whoopi saying she's going to start playing the race card. Start?
And we got Gloria Allred involved in the Roger McDowell case, which is a great case.
Was that the one where Roger spit and hit Kramer in the head? He actually... was that the one?
I don't know that episode.
Is it finally coming to justice will be served?
All right, I'll say yes.
Because Roger McDowell was the one that that spit that loogie.
Seinfeld?
Oh, yeah.
Roger McDowell was on Seinfeld?
Classic episode.
But Roger was on it?
Well, he was in this grainy film that was supposed to look like the Zapruder film.
Him. Oh,
yeah, and you see him. Yeah, he's actually up there in the bushes spitting out, spitting.
I'm only in part of the time with your Seinfeld. I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
I was doing night radio during that whole fucking...
Yeah, see there. Roger McDowell's behind the screen.
I do remember this clip. Okay.
That was such a great... Hey, pretty... What does he say, pretty boy?
Nice game, pretty boy.
Nice game, pretty boy.
Then, a second later, something happened that changed us in a very deep and profound way from that day forward.
What was it?
He spit on us. And I screamed out, I'm it!
Then I turned and the spit ricocheted off him and it hit me.
Wow. What a story.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the immutable laws of physics contradict the whole premise of your account. Allow me to reconstruct this, if I may, from his premise.
The fact that Newman was in JFK, too, makes it even better.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
JFK?
Yeah, the movie JFK, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, and they do a whole recreation of the court scene. He was one of the. He was on the crew there on the prosecution team, I guess. Yeah, that's one magic.
But they're using Roger McDowell in this episode, so does he have a reputation for being an asshole?
I guess it was kind of a jokey thing, though.
I know, but they used Roger McDowell of all people.
Yeah,
maybe there's something to that.
They probably were able to
we'll get
him
into that in a
day.
second. But first, Bob Sheifer on Donald Trump.
Bob Sheifer is our chief Washington correspondent and anchor of Face the Nation. Bob, this was a pretty remarkable moment today. Do you think this will put an end to the so-called birther movement?
Sure. You know, I really think that it will, Katie. I mean, I think this resolves it once and for all for reasonable people. There are going to be some people out there that are never going to be satisfied. But I want to go on to what Donald Trump said after he said this is out and everything. He said, we need to look at his grades and see if he was a good enough student to get into Harvard Law School. That's just code for saying he got into law school because he's black. This is an ugly strain of racism that's running through this whole thing.
It's kind of like when the media says
comes to an end
unruly teens for blacks.
Yeah, unruly teens. How about that?
That's code.
How about that? That's code for well, I can't say it, but it is code for that.
Here's the thing: Trump is an asshole, and he's embarrassed that he was proven wrong.
Yeah.
So instead of just saying I was wrong, which this is everything that's wrong with people in this country, he has to spin it like, well, at least I got him to show it. Not, I've made an ass out of myself. And he's saying that Obama said he didn't have very good grades. I want to see his record. Hey, if you're the president, all that stuff should be open.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Obama is probably qualified to be in Harvard. Did he edit the fucking Harvard Review, which is like the law?
Yeah, but he did that because he was black.
It's fucking amazing.
I don't know what his grades were. I don't know.
But I think blacks are wrong. It's not racist.
It's not racism.
Keith explained to me. I was talking to Keith and somebody else about this. Like why? And Sherrod raised a good point too. He's like, because what they're doing is with the whole birther thing is they're saying like, look, he's not from here. He's not one of us. And they said that's got something to do with race. Like that's why they're like, look at, you don't hear that from other presidents.
Yeah.
But here they are going, look at, he's from Africa. He's different. And it's a good point. But the thing is, they just fucking want to use anything they can when they think they can get you. That's all this is.
What about the basketball line Donald Trump used yesterday?
I didn't hear what did douchebag. I used to think he was okay. I really can't stand him.
We were having fun listening to him.
What
yesterday.
was it?
I don't know. Maybe if he didn't spend so much time on the basketball court or something like that.
Gas prices would be down or something, whatever. But I think he's being racist. I think he's just being an asshole.
Yeah, he's not being...
Whatever.
Yeah. As a black president, welcome to politics. This is what they do to everybody. I mean...
Yeah, look at 8 years of George Bush. He took a beating. You saw everybody, everywhere he went, there were protesters with signs of him with a Hitler mustache on and, swastikas all around his pictures. And Obama's going through the same thing. It doesn't make it racist just because he's black. Stop it.
No, and it's also like, look at how if they think they have something, they just keep needling and pushing and no matter what makes them think they have something, they just keep fucking digging and digging and digging until hopefully they get something.
Yep.
And, I mean, look at Watergate's a great example, even though that was a crime.
Yeah.
But that little bitty stupid thing ended a presidency.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing what can start the ball rolling.
And it had nothing to do with Nixon's race, that's for sure.
And it was a crime, but I mean, still.
Yeah. But there have been plenty of presidents that have taken so much shit just based on their party, not the fucking their race or anything like that, even though they've all been white guys. But just because he's black, hey, you're the president. You got to take this shit.
They're going to try to get you any way they can.
Everybody was asking, why didn't he do it? Now, we have to look at it. We have to see, is it real? Is it proper? What's on it? But I hope it checks out beautifully.
What, your wig?
Mr. Trump, meanwhile, breezed through New Hampshire as if...
why doesn't he answer questions about his hair finally?
Yeah.
We've all been wondering forever. What is it?
Finally
what
tell
is
us.
it?
Is it real?
Right. Is it real?
We have to take a close look at it.
He's just a boardroom douche.
Yeah.
And a relatively simple.
He's a showman. He's a carny fucking guy.
That's what Obama called him. He called him a sideshow and a carny barker, but not by name. He dismissed him as he should have.
That's what he is.
When during his press conference yesterday?
Yeah, and he just said we don't have time for this silliness.
He loves the attention. He loves the press. Any press is good press for him, and that's how he feels. But it doesn't make him a racist. I hate when there are real racists out there. They do horrible things. They down south. There's quite a few organizations that are still.
Did you say there are racists out there?
Yeah, there are racists
out there
that are out there.
Out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not in here.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
I could have my racial opinions that are based on the facts that I see on a daily basis. That's what I do. I search out facts and I base my opinions on certain racial facts. That's what I do. I'm not sitting there prejudging. I'm not fucking.
I was just going for a dumb joke.
No, I know. I'm just explaining.
Just a silly.
But some people don't quite get it. They don't quite get it.
You want to do the Whoopie clip?
Oh, please.
'Cause that drove you nuts.
By the way, look at Dan Rather, who ran a story he knew wasn't true for Bush about his military service or something, whatever it was, and he was fucking lost his job. Like, that's how bad they'll go after you sometimes.
Yeah.
That obviously you couldn't cry race. You can cry political ideology, and that's all it is with Obama. It's political ideology. Because he's black, you can't say it's race.
Mm-hmm.
They went with something that they knew was bullshit.
Yep.
And rather it feels like he was thrown under the bus or whatever, but fuck him.
It was time for him to go.
But you know what I mean? It's like, come on, they do that to get you.
Who's your guy?
Brokaw, I like the
Brokaw was good, right? I like
Brokaw.
Brokaw. He was the last one I liked.
I saw some early clips of him. It was some documentary I was watching, and they showed him, and he was just like, "Here in San Francisco, we're looking at another debate coming up between." And for him to be able to overcome that dumb impediment he had, I guess he had to be good. You know, people trusted him too. He had that trustworthy thing. He was one of the last, I think, that were actually trusted newsmen.
Yep.
Now, I couldn't fucking tell you. And, you know, none of them have dignity. They need what is dignity. Now, none of them have that.
I don't mind. I just say don't mind is the best I could do. Brian Williams, I don't mind him.
Yeah, he's kind of
no
there.
Tom Brokaw.
But you could tell if the network tells Brian Williams to do something, he's going to fucking do it.
Katie Couric always sucked.
Yeah.
As far as the news goes.
She's out.
I know.
She's out.
She's going to be the new Oprah.
She's out like us.
By the way, the Obamas are on Oprah today.
Yeah.
And the only reason I bring that up, our fucking boss, once again, our old boss, Elo, was he hanging out with them?
Yeah, he'll meet them. As the president of Harpo, he'll get a picture.
Holy shit, that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
He's come a long way, this Elo. What was he doing at XM?
Nothing.
Oh my
exactly.
God.
That's the thing he's doing there. Talking a good game while driving Oprah's company to the ground.
You think they'll play the homeless Charlie clip?
Shut up.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Wait, that had something to do with not Obama, though.
No.
Okay.
That's everybody else. Condoleezza.
Remember the CEO at the time?
Oh, yeah.
He loved it, didn't he?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, he loved it. All right.
I love the disrespect to show that guy by showing up for a meeting an hour late. As I'm sitting there like going, "We'll be here any minute."
Fuck him.
You didn't even acknowledge that he had any power at XL.
Fuck him.
Who, Nate?
Yeah,
Nate.
Yeah. I knew we were doomed when Ant finally arrived, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and Ant goes, "I just want to let you guys know that I completely agree with the Don Imis firing."
Yeah.
I just went, "Well,
all right."
Racist. I actually said, "Well, I have nothing to say here." Then I wasn't even going to attempt to fucking say
Thanks
shit.
for your completely racist-based fucking opinion.
That was his opening line to us when it was supposed to be because Elo set it up, because Elo was always our guy, and Elo wanted us to really get to know Nate because he was running the company.
Oh, God.
And Elo was trying to tell us he's not that bad of a guy, and, you know, you guys just all need to just sit down and get to know each other a little bit. And that was his opening line. I'm like, well, I have nothing to say.
Should have convinced him otherwise.
No. You just knew. Ant knows.
Yeah.
You just knew. Look at him.
Look at him.
And not because of you.
Yeah, there's no way
I see his dumb face.
him.
I would. Guys like that are so easy.
Nope.
Because they're saying something that's out of agenda, and when you hit them with logic, they have no point to be made. He was the president of the company. He was used to saying things, and nobody fucking challenging him.
Jimmy, you know I challenge people.
You could have challenged him with respect.
No. In that situation, I knew in my fucking soul that the only reason he agreed with that was because he was black.
Yeah.
That's right. That's me saying it.
And there was no way to change
that's
his mind.
the only reason he agrees with Imus's firing, because it's a black thing. I knew that by looking in his eyes, and I'm like, okay, I know where I'm at. There's no fucking way of even discussing this.
It still would have been nice, though, to fucking, even if he didn't acknowledge the point.
And it kills me that I have to say that.
Smashed him.
But that's what I believe that day.
I didn't even care. I knew he was fucking on borrowed time anyway at that point.
The greatest feeling is when you talk to someone like that. And again, you can't yell at him or argue because he's the president of the company. But the best thing, even if he doesn't give in, when you know that he knows you kicked his ass in the fucking in the chat.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling than when you walk out of that office and they know and you know that you've kicked that fucking ass in that conversation.
It was a hellish time for XM. I just knew it was just way better to shut my mouth and just eat my fucking eggs.
Yeah.
Seriously. No way, man.
Can I since you offered that, can I ask why you feel that way?
Which one?
That's what I would have said to him.
Oh, really?
Sure. I mean, again, there's a way to do it respectfully. Or, you know, I don't agree, and here's why. By him saying that, he's obviously up for discussing it. Or maybe he wanted to hear your take on it. Or maybe he wanted to challenge you on it, or maybe he wanted to dare you to challenge him.
That issue to me, I mean, and how I say it's going to be kind of whatever, but it was so black and white. Like, it was so obvious that Imis shouldn't have been fired, and he was fucking just trying to entertain his audience that day.
Are you
I
saying
can't see it the other way ever.
Are you saying that because it offended you personally, or you don't feel like he did his job?
Yeah. No, I understand your questioning. Sure. I just didn't feel like getting into it.
And what you do is you the whole time you're talking, you just massage your cock.
Yeah. Just fucking rub it.
Massaging my cock.
Slow massage. Yeah, squeeze that.
I'm annoyed for you guys that you had to hear that.
Oh.
And by the way, I'm talking big shit now.
No.
But had I been in that room, I might have done this. We were on our way to bingo. Shut up. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
I want to hear the
Whoopi thing?
Whoopi shit.
Sure.
Yeah, let's hear what she's up to.
You know what? I care about all of it because
I need a setup on this ad because I don't know this one.
She's black. Go.
Yeah.
It's about the race card.
Yeah.
But what got her going?
I guess the Obama shit.
With the birth certificate?
I think maybe a couple of other issues, but it's been over time. She's been so, pissed off at people about Obama and hasn't, as she said, hasn't played the race card, which is bullshit. I've seen clips of her playing the race card at every turn. So now she's like, now I'm just admitting it that, yeah, I'm going to play it. So fuck it.
Okay.
You know what? I care about all of it because I'm getting tired of trying to find reasons not to think of stuff as being slightly racist. Exactly. It is very difficult on a daily basis to see this stuff and not just say, this is what it is. But I have been raised to think, okay, well, maybe that's not what they mean. Maybe let me figure it out. But I have to say, I do think again. But, being black, when you say, this is racist, 9,000 people say, oh, no, you just playing the race card. Well, I'm playing the damn card now.
Woo, Whoopie, woo! Shut up. Put your race card away. Stop it.
The only thing that makes me think, though, and I don't think that Patrice had a great thing one time, and believe me, it hurts my fucking chest to say that. But he said, I've never met a racist. No one ever fucking owns up to it.
Yeah.
So it is kind of hard to see, because it's not like when you ask somebody about it, they're like, yes, so we can make informed decisions.
But racism, it's like you could call anything racism, and 99% of the shit that's called racism isn't.
You're right, but
it just isn't.
A lot of things that are racist can easily be said like, no, it's not. No, I was only doing it for that
You know
reason.
what? If you can't identify racism, it ain't fucking racism. That's what I think. I absolutely think that. If you can't just...
It's God punishing you.
Hold on. Yes, it is God punishing me. With the AIDS. No, if you can't identify it, then I don't think it's really racist.
But like, what identifies it? Like,
what identifies it is real racism. Racism is something like fucking... It's like fucking rape. It's like it's a thing. It's something that happens, and it's terrible. But don't dilute it by calling shit racist that isn't racist.
So when Nate said to you, I agree with the Imis firing.
Yeah.
He didn't say, I'm black and fuck him, he's white.
Yeah.
But you knew.
I just knew.
You knew. That's sometimes all you can find with something that's racial. Well, you just know. And you were right. That was why he said that.
But am I being racist for thinking I just knew because he was black? That's the way he felt about that?
No, because he sat you down and said, I agree with the Imis firing. You didn't he just offered that. But now, you're right.
You know what? Technically speaking, what are you going to do? Maybe he just agreed with it.
Nah, but you know why.
I know why.
It's almost like when a guy who's legit and a college student is being followed in the store, he knows why he's being followed.
But I didn't make a big stink about him being fucking racist.
You can't define it. Sometimes you just know.
Yeah.
You just do.
Well, Whoopi, on the other hand, has a vested interest in things being racist. She does.
She's gotten annoying with race.
Black. She's black.
She is?
So, yeah.
The way she fucking didn't want to talk about it with us, like that to me says she's gotten a little bullshitty about race.
And she pisses her pants when she laughs. I've seen those commercials. She sits there and she fucking giggles and
she jiggles.
She jiggles and giggles and
that's
fucking
that's a racist laugh.
Yes. Jiggle.
Like, I like to let black people know that I'm not racist, so I'll meet black people, and I'll put our hands together, and I'll go, you know, you're as good as me.
Yes.
And they appreciate that. And they're like, thanks a lot.
We're all the same color on the inside?
No, I don't say that. I just say, you know what? I wouldn't even mind if you moved within 5 homes of me.
5's a good buffer.
5 homes.
5's a good buffer.
I don't know.
You get a few warnings in between.
You know, the great Dr. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Did say, you know, to judge people on the content of their character and not the color of their skin.
Exactly. I don't like Anthony quoting Martin Luther King.
And
in person.
Feels wrong.
That is absolutely what I agree with. I agree with Dr. Martin Luther King.
Hamburger.
Yeah.
Give yourself a hamburger.
I agree.
Nice.
But the second you judge a black person or even a group of black people on the content of their character, people will say you're judging them on the color of their skin. No. When I see now there was just the latest one today is a Chinese food delivery guy gets his ass fucking handed to him by a bunch of savages that ordered food. He shows up, they beat him down trying to get money off him. He had no fucking money. No. I guess they stole the Chinese food.
That's not what that was about.
But it's savage fucking animals doing it. And I'm basing that opinion on what I believe is the content of their character, not the color of their skin.
I agree.
So when I call them fucking animals, am I being racist?
No. But just because you say that and people think you're being racist and they're wrong, it doesn't make my point wrong either. Like, you should say they're animals if they beat a guy like that.
Because in a different job position that I'm in right now, I would get fired.
I know, it's true.
If I went around and said savage fucking animals, I would get fired because I would be saying, oh my God, that's a racist thing to say. No, I'm basing it on the fact that they beat up a poor Chinaman that's just trying to deliver food.
Do you get deliveries to your house?
Yeah.
Maybe they beat him up because he didn't have fucking change.
They always have change for me.
No, they don't. It's frustrating as all hell.
Mr. Anthony, how are you today?
It's frustrating when they don't have change.
Yeah?
Yes. I can see why you would want to.
Mine always
beat up
has
a delivery
changed.
Guy. I have it so many times. I'm like, your job, you need change for your job.
And let me tell you something. One time when I didn't have change, I had 100, and he didn't have change of 100. He gave it to me for nothing, and said, "Next time, next time." And then, like a couple of days later, the guy remembered.
That wasn't a Chinese guy.
Yeah, it was.
No way.
What was it?
I'm shocked, and I'm not even going for.
No.
No, why?
I'm a regular.
Remember how Patrice was talking about how they don't give you
give you nothing? Well, this was an anomaly then.
Did you see the story? You just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
Some guy had some kind of incident in the Chinese restaurant where an ambulance was called. They're hauling him into the ambulance. Did you saw the story, Danny? And the fucking the Chinese waiter or the owner of the place, I don't know who, we'll get the story, is handing the guy a bill as they're hauling him into an ambulance.
He wanted to get paid.
I swear to God.
I don't want this to seem racist, but the fucking Chinese, they're like the fucking Jews. I'll explain later.
That's not racist.
We'll find the story. But the guy was handing him his bill as they were loading him into an ambulance.
Who's the comedian that
ambulance.
Dude, was it if it's Kevin Hart, I'm going to vomit that I'm quoting him. No, who was the comic that said that black, it might have, the black people, no, it was Bill Burr. Fucking Bill Burr, his joke about how you put the curse after the ethnicity and it's not racist, but if you put it before,
oh my God!
I forget, somebody quoted it to me. I thought it was brilliant. Like,
it is brilliant.
Black guys would say, "Look at that Chinese motherfucker," but a white guy would go, "You know, look at him. He's fucking Chinese," and it just sounds something like that. It sounds more racist.
Yeah,
it's really fucking. It's a point that I really want to smash Bill for making. It's fucking hilarious.
Really smart.
That's fucking really good.
I need the Chinese story on my Twitter if someone has it, please. Danny's looking too.
Oh, it's a good fucking.
I think
somebody tweeted that to me the other day and was commenting about how right Patrice is. Big Mama Prods on Twitter.
I think there just needs to be a little more pride, a little more sense of community and family, and I think a lot of problems would be solved that way instead of instantly screaming racist and throwing out the race card and blaming. The blame that goes on is astonishing to me.
Danny, could you read the basics on that one for me, please? Man handed food bill inside an ambulance. I could see that from here. That says,
"You've had chow mein."
A man who suffered a seizure while eating at a Chinese restaurant in Melbourne was handed his bill as he was being loaded into an ambulance.
That's amazing. Wow.
An unidentified man fell to the ground after suffering an apparent seizure at St. Kilda's Seafood Dumpling Express.
oh my God, of course you would have a seizure.
Have a seizure there.
Why would you go there?
As he was getting into the ambulance and his friend climbed in to join him, a waiter came out and handed him the bill.
You pay bill. You pay bill.
It's not great.
The man's companion
Seinfeld
said the restaurant's actions were just so inappropriate.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, what do they want? Not to pay the bill? Because fucking old fucking leaky brain McGillicuddy decides to fucking pop lock on the floor and they're not supposed to get paid for the food they sold?
Well, exactly. And it says restaurant manager Kevin Tien told the newspaper he did not think it was inappropriate. Quote, "My opinion is that they ate in our restaurant. They have to pay."
Fucking asshole.
That is a scumbag move to eat in the restaurant and then fucking have a seizure. How about you pay up? How about you pay up, fucking Edmund Muskie? How about you pay up, fucking squish brains?
You went with a Muskie reference.
Hey,
wow.
fucking jumping bean brains. How about you fucking pay up? It's no one's fault you got Jiffy Pop in your fucking brain. Why should they fucking not get money for their fucking General Chow's chicken? Just besides, you want to fucking lay on the floor and do the worm from 1988. Fucking assholes. Doing the Humpty dance. They're trying to fucking get their money. Take your fucking chow mein brains, if I may. Fucking. Boo.
We're going to have Brie Olson in a few minutes, one of Charlie Sheen's goddesses. I think she's still a goddess, even though she broke up with him on a text message recently.
I just look at her as lovely Brie.
Break up.
Can we squeeze in the Roger McDowell before that?
Yes, squeeze it.
Squeeze it in. Gloria Allred is involved. She holds a news conference announcing complaints of Atlanta Braves coach Roger McDowell using homophobic, threatening language.
Homophobic.
Oh, yeah, in San Francisco.
Do I have to read the story, or is it all in these clips, hopefully?
Gay.
This might be part of her press conference. We'll fill in the blanks if we have to.
Yeah.
Mr. Quinn was in the bleachers with his children at batting practice when he and his family observed Atlanta Braves coach Roger McDowell making some extremely rude and homophobic comments to three men who were also in the bleachers.
Okay, what's the problem?
I guarantee they were heckling and being obnoxious.
Yeah.
So Roger McDowell went after him. So what's the problem?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. The guy with his family is probably going to sue, and they have this snitching, awful fucking bitch lawyer. She is fucking repulsive.
You might not like it, but what's the problem? You should be able to do that.
Baseball game. We're
snitches. The whole country is fucking little babies and tattletales, and I didn't like that.
We're doomed.
Fucking God, I really hate Gloria Allred.
We're going to go back to that story in a minute, but first, the lovely and talented Brie Olson.
Hey, Brie.
Brie, it's been a while.
Hello.
Hello. Listen
that
to
sexy voice.
That Brie voice. Yes.
How are you, Brie?
Wow.
Good.
Brie.
I'm in Indiana.
You're in Indiana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Oh, Jesus.
Same time as y'all?
Yeah, as y'all.
Wait, you're on East Coast time now?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was later.
You're on the first time zone. Takes a while to get to.
You're on the front cover of the May issue of Penthouse looking really, really fun.
My God.
Really nice.
Yeah, that's a great cover shot.
And then you got some a nice pictorial.
You're lesing out.
Yeah, you're lesing out with another girl.
Lesing out, as I like to say.
Yep.
Well, it's better being on that than these days being on New York Post and everything.
Well, that's true. You have gotten a lot of exposure of late.
Well, not this much exposure.
Haha, get it?
Hey, Brie, are you still doing movies, or are you only doing shoots?
I'm not sure right now. I'm getting ready to go to LA for a few photo shoots, and I may end up dabbling into movies again.
When's the last time you actually shot a film?
It's been a few months now, but I haven't, it never came out of my mouth that I retired or anything like that.
Right.
So, I've just been busy with other things.
By the way, that's Jim Norton talking. Do you know Jim?
You remember Jim?
I think you know Jim.
Yes.
Teasing, of course.
Now, so was it a girl the last one you shot? Or was it like guy-girl?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Oh, nice.
She doesn't even remember.
Because everything kind of came suddenly and off guard. Like, I wasn't expecting to be
then it was a guy.
out of the industry into
Yeah. What the hell do you?
that I just got out of.
What do you do in Indiana? Like, you seem to keep going back there. Is it just to kind of breathe for a minute?
Yeah, I just built a house out here this past summer. So.
Wow, yourself?
Yeah, all by
That's
myself.
very hard to
I got
do.
the cameras out and then
Yeah.
started whittling away. No, but so I've been working on that and just, it's all done now, but just been decorating and just hanging out with my friends. I grew up here, so my family's here and everything.
Yeah.
Who's lucky enough to be Brie Olson's neighbor? Can you imagine?
Oh, man.
My neighbor sucks.
I'd invest in, like, binoculars and fucking telescopes and camera equipment. Although,
tunneling equipment.
Why? I could see her naked, just get a magazine or a movie.
It's
Silly.
It's just. Can you imagine if she was right next door to you?
No, that'd be great.
Hey, Bree, how long into this like whole thing that you've been having happen? How long into it did you realize like this is going way farther than you would have thought? Like it was getting much more publicity than you would have thought.
I honestly, I didn't really think about any of that beforehand. I just, was like, I don't know.
Because you're famous. I mean, you're very well known in the industry, and even people out of the industry know you. But this was like all of a sudden mainstream press. I thought you handled it really well. Like you didn't do anything crazy or stupid. And I know that even myself, I certainly probably would have fucking blown it. But how did you keep things under control so well?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really have a crazy lifestyle to begin with. I'm pretty laid back and almost boring, in my regular life. So I guess that just kind of showed when, all our whole lives are basically being documented. And I was just kind of in the background. I remember this one interview, there were all these camera crews in our house and everything, and everyone else is talking. And then the camera goes to me. They're like, do you have anything to say? I'm like, go vegan, So it's kind of how it was, and I just kind of, I don't know, it was a lot for me.
Did you find that people were trying to because the media is so repulsive? Did you find whenever whether they would talk to Charlie or the other girl, were they trying to catch you by saying something or trying to trip you up? Because they don't seem to like to do straight interviews.
Well, it doesn't even matter. After that whole thing, I realized that all those magazines and just the press and just everyone gets the story so backwards. And on television interviews, they completely edit it and chop it up any way that they want to. And it's amazing. You could give a perfectly good interview. And unless that's live, like I said, they can edit it any way they want and make anyone look,
ridiculous. And it's like the thing to do, and I forget who did this. It was a wrestler or somebody who actually taped, it was someone who did O'Reilly, and they taped the full interview themselves. And then when O'Reilly released it edited, they released it the way it was. And they kind of made a fool out of O'Reilly because it was very obvious that he had edited it kind of shitty. And they do that unless it's live, like you said.
Well, good. I wish more people would see that because, the general public, middle America and everything, they don't realize that. They just watch the news and they just assume everything that they read is true.
Were you guys kind of acting a little bit just to kind of punch things up for the cameras, especially at the beginning when it must have been fun at some moment before it got a little out of control. But was there kind of a thing when the cameras weren't around, like, okay, next time that we get on the press thing, let's do this or that?
No.
No, really?
No.
Sometimes it seems a little calculated.
No. I mean, it could seem that way, like I said, because the way people edited things and stuff, So it's like the 2020 piece, for example, they interviewed me and the other girl for half an hour, and they ended up using 1 minute of us. You know? It was just one certain sentence that I said or that she said.
Did it make you look bad, or because they have to do that in an interview? But did they do it? Do you think to try to get a certain angle on the story, or did they just think?
they do it to make it look as dramatic as possible.
Right,
so
right.
Anything they can do to make it, because people love drama. If everything is calm and happy, no one's going to watch that. They're like, that's boring. That's like my life. Why would I watch that?
Were you thinking at all of marriage recently? Like, not that you planned on it, but like, was there a party that thought maybe things are a little crazy, but they can settle down?
No comment.
All right, that's not a no. I'm saying it might be just an instinct for people to start thinking that. I mean, I know I probably would if I was in that situation. Are you at least happy with the way things are?
I'm so happy now. I'm happy to be back home and have my own life and be doing my own thing. And, it's good to be home and good to be on my own program.
Yeah.
It definitely motivated me to want to do things mainstream, but not in that fashion, though. Like, I'm sure a lot of people assumed that I had done that, like, to try to get, like, my 15 minutes or something, but I don't know if anyone has noticed or not. But unlike all the other girls that were involved with Charlie, I've never went and did any interviews after Charlie and I. I've never
it's kind of true, right?
Papers. I've never, and these people, they're the vultures. They offer you a lot of money, and it's like, I'm not interested in that. I just, it was an experience for me. And,
you can make your own money off of those nice tits of yours. Jesus Christ. You see those fucking things?
So I was open, to just going through an experience, life experience that a lot of people, they can't say that they'll ever do in their lives. But it definitely encouraged me to want to do some mainstream stuff. So I'm actually planning on getting an apartment in LA, and I hope to get involved in some classes and basically start from the bottom up, just like any other person would do.
Honestly, you really didn't come off at all like you were looking to capitalize on it, because again, there were no interviews. You weren't doing anything crazy, or it was amazing to me, because again, I know that I probably would have buckled. And when you're in a situation like that, like after a while, did you start to be, because you're Brie, you're very well known in what you do. Was there a part of you that kind of resented being one of the goddesses, and you just kind of wanted your own individuality back? Did that bother you at all?
Yeah, it did. I mean, who would want to be just, put categorized into a group when for so long of time I've been my own person.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I was already my own person publicly, so I knew what it felt like, it's just I had to watch everything I said, and I still do, I mean, my Twitter hasn't been the same, because it's like, oh, what if I post this? These people are going to take it wrong. So that's kind of sucked.
Were you I get very jealous. Like, I've had a few threesomes in my life, and I don't know how people do it, maybe because I'm insecure. Were there ever moments where you'd kind of just like, hey, look, I wish this was just me and this person, and there was nobody else here, or did you not care about that?
No comment.
Okay, so that's a maybe. A no comment isn't a no. I know I would have gotten, I won't say possessive like a psycho, but I get a little bit. Are you by nature a jealous girl at all?
No.
But
no. If you were to ever talk to any of my ex-boyfriends or anything, that would be the last thing they would say.
Is it that you really didn't care?
Oh, really?
No.
What does it take to make you jealous? Because I have my limits as well.
What does it take to make me jealous?
Yeah, meaning...
That's a really good question.
Meaning, because for me, it's not necessarily, hey, the girl I'm with fucked somebody else who is a great fuck. It can be some kind of a weird emotional thing, or there's weird shit that will sometimes trigger jealousy for me.
Jealousy is such an ugly emotion, and I try not to involve it in my life. I would say the only thing that would really make me upset in a relationship is someone that lies and, that would, like, sleep with a girl behind my back or something. I mean, if we had an open relationship about it, then that would be one story. But there's nothing that bothers me more than someone that would lie to me, because that means there's no relationship there at all.
And if you had an open relationship, would it because I've had a couple of those, and here's where they tend to get hairy. If you're in an open relationship and then there's that one person you don't want the person to sleep with, or if it's somebody you know, there's always like a weird catch in open relationships.
See, I've never done that. That's another thing. Anyone, I've never set rules, because I'm like, what's the point in saying, okay, go do whatever you want, but not really, you can't do this and this and this and this, and I'm like, there's not going to be anything like that. But if I had advice just to give to anyone that's like, oh my gosh, that has to be so cool to have open relationships, and I wish my wife was like that, and da-da-da, it really is. Like, there's a reason that it started with, like, two people, and just like couples and everything, and I just think it's a lot more intimate with two people. I mean, even in my scenes, you know, when I was shooting movies, I always preferred one-on-one because it's like you can give each other your full attention and just become a lot closer than, you know, if it's three people, then that's more time you have to split between more people. So I would say just in general, relationships are better one-on-one.
And you look really great. Honestly, the Penthouse spread, you look, you're on the cover, and you look fantastic. And the spread with the other girl is really, really hot.
Sexy.
Did you like, because I saw a picture of you on stage, and it was like you were dressed pretty casually, at least from the one photo I saw, right?
Yeah, there's a long story behind that.
What did you want to dress different, or did you not want to dress different?
No comment.
Okay. Did you like being on stage in front of that many people?
I didn't mind. No, it doesn't bother me.
Any stage fright or no?
No.
No?
No.
So,
how was the ovation there from the crowd? Because I've read some things, and again, the press, who the fuck knows? But was it welcoming, or were there hecklers? What was going on?
It was. I mean, as soon as the show opens, it's unbelievable. Like, no matter what Charlie does, everyone still loves him so much, and you know, so there were standing ovations at any show that I had been to. And
No, that was people walking out, Brie.
Well,
you have to stand up before you walk out.
In Detroit, you know, obviously there were tweaks and everything that were made after that show.
Yeah.
But after that, it was pretty smooth sailing. And then, yeah, I mean, occasionally people walked out or whatever, but...
Can I say what was impressive about that was he got booed the first night, it was rough, and the second night in Chicago, he did well. And then, like, in New York, the Radio City, they said the first show was tough, and then he talked shit in Connecticut, and it was supposed to be a disaster, and the second show in Radio City was actually supposed to be good. It was like, that was one thing, as a stand-up, I'm like, you know what, he fucking adjusted quickly.
Right. You knew he had to.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with that, because I'm like, there's no way he's not going to be dead in front of all these people. You just can't do that. Was there a lot of panic behind the scenes, people trying to put the show together? Because whatever they did, it seemed to start working.
You know, it's not a lot of people putting the show together. It's basically Charlie, and he's the one that makes the ultimate decisions, and then people might kind of throw an idea or something, but he came up with the whole thing on his own, and I think that's another thing that people expected, was because he was on 2.5 Men, a comedy show, that it was going to be basically stand-up, and it wasn't. That's not what the show is at all. It was just him there to, you know, tell his stories and talk about the truth, and kind of, you know, just for that audience to be in the mind of Charlie for an hour or so.
I'm sorry, what was your feelings, like, as a friend even? Because as a comic, like, I love watching people fucking bomb. Like, there's nothing that makes me happier than seeing one of my friends shit the bed. But, you know, for a non-comic, and he's not a comic, what was going through your mind when you were watching those rough moments as like a friend of his and as a person who cared about him?
Oh, no comment.
Would you be upset? Or did you figure, fuck it, he'll walk it off, it won't be a big deal?
No comment.
Well, that's not a bad question, I don't think. Let's see. Were you worried that you were going to have that problem when you went out there, or were you confident that things would be okay?
I didn't, you know, it was very quick for me. I was really in and out. So I didn't, like, have, like, anything, no lines or anything like that. You know, I spoke a few times in front of the audience, but for the most part...
just a little eye candy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Was it hard as a performer? Because you're not a background performer. You're obviously, you know, you've won awards. Again, and I'm not being polite to you. You're fucking huge in the industry, and you know you're huge in the industry. Was it hard for you to take a kind of a background role, quote unquote?
You know, it was definitely different for me. Yeah, it was. I mean, everyone prefers to be the one in the spotlight. I don't care what anyone says, you know. I mean, I wasn't jealous about it or angry about it at any rate. I mean, Charlie's worked very hard, and he has a really long-standing career, so that's to be expected.
Geese in the background.
But, yeah, I don't know.
Do you now? You're happy to be back in Indiana. I mean, we have to ask. I mean, what if you don't want to get too detailed? You don't have to. But what made you want to leave? I mean, did you get sick and tired of just the life, or did you just miss home?
Oh, no comment, definitely. The no comments, let me just tell you, I could give you guys very short answers or untrue answers, but I don't want to do that because I'm not a liar. So
No,
I'd rather just say no comment.
That's fine. I mean, we're not freaked out by it. I mean, you know, it's cool. You talk about what you want to talk about. You know, we like you. It's, you know, but we have to ask. I mean, obviously, you know, we can't not ask. I mean, otherwise we're morons.
Is it that you were?
I don't blame you.
Is it that you were just sick of watching Apocalypse Now? Maybe that was it.
If you guys get Casey Jordan on the air, I mean, you know, if you get girls like that, then you know you can ask any question you want.
I would actually, honestly, I would rather talk to you because they will say anything to any radio show, and there's no fun in that. It's almost like, who gives a fuck? We know what they're doing. They're just trying to grab a headline for themselves before it goes away. I would rather talk to, you know, at least have a real answer from somebody.
Bree, are you out for good? Because some people say that you're still a goddess. You're still one of Charlie's goddesses, and you're just taking a little break.
No, I'm my own goddess.
She just wants, to move on.
Sometimes you want to just move on, and it's like, you know, certain. Let's just say this in a very general term. How in the last few months, no people named, how were your sexual experiences? Were they good, bad, or average?
I can't speak of that because I don't mind talking about my own sexual experiences, but everyone knows the people that I was involved with, and I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate their sexual experiences being put out there.
Oh shit, wasn't good.
Well, yeah, it might not be bad, but it might have been a little odd. Because
my guess is you were bored. My guess is you were bored after a while.
How about this? Is it hard to sleep with regular guys when you're in the business? I asked Belladonna's husband this too. Like, I didn't know how he did it. Like, is it hard to sleep with regular guys after being in the business? Because the guys are perfectly built and professionals.
No, not at all. Like, just like civilians, you mean?
Yeah, just people that don't do that for a living, that have regular dicks or regular bodies and have regular staying power. You know what I mean? And
I don't know. You tell me, Jimmy.
Well, I would love to believe that you certainly enjoyed it. I mean, I know for me, I ran down the hallway making whooping noises.
That's a great question. Do you still have a little something for Jimmy?
Jimmy will always be in my heart.
Thank you very much. We're friends. We stayed friendly.
Who is better, Jimmy or Charlie?
Oh, God.
I don't want the answer to that. Charlie is too crazy sounding to not be a decent fuck. I know the guy's at least a really crazy good lay, so I don't even want to be compared to that. I tend to be mellower than people think I'm going to be. Yeah. I'm a little bit mellower.
Was there ever just a conversation that actually was intelligible and like, hey, that's kind of cool? Or was it always catchphrases? Seemed to be a lot of catchphrases and lines and stuff. Or just imagine a conversation like, hey, that show was pretty good. Yeah, it was fun. Or yeah, take a shower or something.
To have a conversation, you got to care about the other person.
Not like, you know, hey, I got to rocket into the shower and cleanse the body of the god that I... It's like, why? Well, you're just taking a shower. Lighten up.
Was there ever a point where you were still enjoying yourself, but where you looked in the mirror and you were like, ugh, all right already?
Oh, goodness.
We all have them.
Can't really say.
This is one that everybody wants to know. So
I think the answer to that is absolutely.
Possibly. I mean, sometimes a no comment is telling. It's
I like
not a
that we
definite
just
yes.
make up our own answers.
Yeah,
we'll just make them up.
I have a feeling there wasn't a lot of sex going on.
Yeah.
Let's just say this. Everybody has been asking, is the guy sober? I mean, it's a fairly... I thought that people were trying to throw him under the bus and saying he was using, and I actually didn't think he was using. He seemed to me like just somebody who had probably been up for a couple of days and kind of having that, you know, hey, getting used to sobriety craziness, which all of us kind of go through when we get sober.
Right.
So were people just trying to throw him under the bus, or did he take a little while? I mean, is he doing all right? Because I actually like the guy.
Yeah, he's not using any drugs.
Okay.
Oh, drugs, but a little alcohol here and there.
Oh, goodness.
A little wine, maybe.
Who doesn't like a beer?
A little wine, I'm thinking.
I'm thinking a beer guy.
Wine's safe. Maybe a beer.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm thinking. Yeah, beer.
Well, is it a point where it's not addictive anymore, where it's just a social thing? I mean, some people stop using the hard drugs and at least drink socially without fucking abusing drugs.
I've never seen him drink or use illegal drugs.
Oh, all right. Or do you drink or no?
Rarely.
Oh, okay. It's easier if you're around people who aren't fucking loaded all the time. You know, it's like when you're cleaning up, it helps to be around people who are having a drink once in a while as opposed to fucking, you know, people that are piping it in.
Drinks vegan vodka.
I like that. And actually, the whole time that I was over at Charlie's, I never even did have a sip because, you know, it's like it's not something that like I said, I usually just do it on occasions or something. So I just didn't do it at all, just out of respect for him.
Sure. And we believed that he wasn't using. That was our take on it, if you remember, Jimmy.
Yeah, I didn't think
we were saying he was
either.
more manic from maybe coming down from some stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't think he was still using at all.
It doesn't sound like that there was that crazy of a time going on over there. Like, was it pretty civil, just kind of watching movies and hanging out?
No, it wasn't that.
Oh, really?
I can tell you, it wasn't that. It was
Yeah.
a lot of work, a lot of cameras there all the time, and interviews, and putting the show together. And there were always people there, and it was very much just the show, the focus every day. From wake up to bed was the show.
Was it hard to? And I hate to say it, like I don't know how to phrase this, and I'm going to sound like the fucking fruitiest guy. But did you feel like when a lot of this stuff is happening, that like your needs weren't being met? Like, and I don't mean that in some corny way, but it's like, hey, look, I need attention too, or I need to be taken care of on some level, just as a person. And when all the focus is on one individual, sometimes that's hard for the people around them.
You comment.
All right, that's
lad.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, there was no sex going on.
But it's hard it's almost like when somebody is going through something, then almost I feel guilty if I have something that I need addressed because the other person's issues seem a lot worse than what I'm dealing with. So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
IDK.
Oh, I don't know. I took
Did you
a second to get that.
did you really break up with him through a text message?
No, I didn't. I left in Canada.
Oh.
Oh, see, that's a rumor. It's another fucking rumor.
Yeah, that's out
taking
there
our
pretty
news
strongly.
from Twitter. All right.
Yeah, that you just you said goodbye on through a text message.
All right, so you left in Canada. And did it make you laugh when you hear about the fucking bullshit that people throw out about what happened? Not ha-ha funny laugh, but like annoyed.
Like as far as the press and everything goes, what they're saying?
Yeah, or just like, again, like Ope said, like, did they, you know, there was a rumor going around that you broke up with him via text, and that seemed like a little cold, and now you're saying, no, you just left in Canada, and that was that.
Yeah, it's annoying, yeah.
Do you want to correct people when, I'm sorry, do you want to correct people when you hear that? Like, do you want to, like, fucking email the person and go, hey, fuckhead, you got it wrong?
Correct.
If I really wanted to that badly, I would do interviews, but it's not that important to me. I don't really care.
Okay.
Are you going to go back on the tour?
No.
That's it?
You're done, ski.
Comedians are so much easier than actors who make a lot of money. We're very low maintenance. That's the beauty of us.
And you left in Canada. Was it your choice, or he basically hinted that it was time for you to move on?
No, I left.
On your terms?
No. Nobody knew I was leaving.
Ah, kind of.
Oh, you just said, okay, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And when you were heading for, I'm going to guess, the airport, did you keep checking your text, hoping that somebody noticed that you left, or
No.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
Wait a minute.
I waited till I got through customs before I even told anyone that.
Oh.
There is an important point here. Charlie was the one that said on stage that Brie broke up or whatever through a text message. That's where that came from. That wasn't even the media. That was from Charlie himself.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's right.
What are those? Do we hear animals in the background?
Geese. I hear geese.
Yes. Oh my gosh, they drive me crazy. Let me tell you something. Water may be a beautiful thing, but never build a house next to water because these geese. People, okay, I'm a vegan, so I don't eat any meat or anything. But instead of like turkeys, people need to start eating geese for like.
Oh, is that you just want to get rid of these fucking things? Yeah, they are noisy.
You want to shoot them for
Nasty animals.
sport.
Yeah, I don't eat them. I just kill them.
Yeah, or just you know what you want to do? You want to capture them and punch them in their fucking in their geese sides.
Karate chop to their big long necks.
Geese have the most punchable wing area because they're fucking loud and they're mean motherfuckers too. They're not pleasant at all.
They got a great neck to choke.
They're disturbing my swans in the pond and everything.
Swans. Wow.
Oh, they're also nasty though. Swans are supposed to be fucking vicious too, right?
Well, that's why they put them in here, is because they're supposed to keep the geese away. But there's two to like 1,000, so it's not working very well.
Yeah, apparently you have a real like swan goose fuckathon going out on your lake.
Shotguns keep geese away.
Yeah, the strategy backfired. They're just having this fucking hybrid bird that's louder and meaner.
Hey, Bree, in all fairness, a lot of people are frustrated by the no comment thing, and we understand. Will there come a time where you'll tell your side of the story?
I don't know.
As of now, though, you're just leaving it alone?
Who's saying that? Are you guys getting in live feed from the listeners? Or
Yeah, we always
have that. They always
through Twitter and everything else.
Listen up, listeners and Twitterers. I have told these guys more than I have told anything to anybody. So
true.
And it's
we got a few things out,
but the point it's
they want to know how Charlie fucked, and they want to know what kind of drugs,
of
and
course.
you know the deal.
Yeah,
she's not doing that.
It's odd. I don't even. I'm such a pervert. I don't care about the drug. Like if he was literally smoking coke out of one of the geese's heinies, I wouldn't care. All I care about is the sex. That's where my perv mind goes.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I probably would if there was something smoked out of the geese's ass. I'm exaggerating. That would be interesting.
Was Jimmy good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No comment.
Does he have a big hog?
Yeah.
God bless her. You definitely have taken some acting classes. She's very good.
Yes. Look, Jimmy, this is what I gotta do. If she's not gonna answer questions about Charlie, she's gonna answer questions about you.
I don't
sir.
think she remembers. We hung out. We were friends, but
is his
No,
penis?
I totally remember.
Okay, good. I was just saying that, hoping you'd say that. Thank you. I was trying to be manipulative.
Is his penis bigger than normal?
Bigger than the average?
Yes.
Larger than average? Yeah.
Yes. And does he get a nice stiffy?
Yeah, of course.
I did.
Wow.
Does he have big balls?
I don't.
Oh, God.
I'll tell you. I'll show you my bag.
And he's a really naughty texter, too. We've had some good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have had some dirty ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some fucking very
Dirty texting, though. I mean,
They were fun though. They were.
You
They
don't
were
have to
actually.
perform.
That's
Right.
like saying hello to your grandma at this point.
Yeah, you don't have to perform on texting. you
We
know.
kissed a lot too. If you remember that evening, yeah.
Ooh, Jimmy needs to know. Is he a good kisser?
I didn't need
That's
to.
what I was just going to say. He is a very good kisser.
Oh, thank you. But I didn't
even with his bird lips.
I have very.
Goodness.
What I do when I kiss, my technique is I actually close my eyes and I violently tilt my head to one direction and I just lip lock and I start moving my tongue as fast as I can. Women love that. It's a very sexy technique.
That does sound good.
And I rub their shoulders vigorously.
Don't you keep your eyes wide open too when you kiss?
No, I slam them shut like there's a murder being committed in front of me. Because they like that. No, it was a nice time. It wasn't what you probably would have expected. A creepy comic and a girl in adult films to be like. It was probably much more normal than people would have thought.
Well, Bree is ridiculously hot, man.
Yeah, and the penthouse is great. The
Ridiculously
spread is
hot.
really, really
Yeah.
excellent. Honestly, you look great on the cover, and the girl spread inside is very, very sexy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what was it about Charlie that you liked?
He's a handsome dude, honestly. I mean, he's not an ugly guy.
When we met, he was just very charismatic and really intuitive and intelligent, and I was just really attracted to that. So
Is he like he is on TV when you see, and I don't mean just the quick sound bites that make anybody look nutty or anything like that, but does he come off a little more normal in real life when you're just hanging out without the cameras there than he does on camera?
I mean, it depends on the day. Some days he's more hyper than other days. When I first met him, though, he was very, very chill. Like I said,
Yeah, laid back.
Very, very laid back when him and I had first met.
That must be great, though,
But,
and
you know,
where he comes walking
another
up to you.
thing, I didn't even know who he was. I had heard his name before, and I thought when I met him, I would recognize him, but I didn't. I
How
had never
great
seen
is
Tina
that?
The hell you
or
been?
anything.
Jesus.
Here's the great part. She recognized Jim Norton and not Charlie Sheen. That really
Yeah.
says a lot for how fucking certain awful things can work out in this world.
What horrible circles she's been in.
I know. God almighty, you definitely need an upgrade in life if you recognize me and not him. It's fucking. But honestly, do you miss him or are you okay and you passed it?
No, I'm good. I'm good, definitely.
Yeah, you strike me as the type when you're done, you're done.
Yeah, you know, and it's like, I mean, I'm with people for people. I don't care who they are or what they do or, you know, how much money they make or anything. I mean, obviously, or else I wouldn't have left. So,
living the life for Riley over there.
It was cool for a bit, and then it was like, okay, it's not for me. Time to go. So I left.
And are you happy that it didn't go any further? Like, you know, that you don't have to leave a marriage, or there's no, you know, obviously there's no, you know, kids or anything involved.
Yeah,
it's got to be nice just to be able to make a clean break.
And leave.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I have a clean slate. I've never been married. I don't have any kids. You know.
Thank
so
God.
like...
Don't ruin that fucking body. Jesus.
Maybe she has a kid growing in her belly right now.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Throw yourself down those stairs, those new stairs you built.
Do you know how mad, not to be graphic, but do you know how mad I was at myself that I pulled out? I really was angry at and I'm never mad that I pull out.
Well, you want to share that thought? You shared a thought with us before she called in. You know, maybe it's time for you to have a no comment, Jim Norton.
Well,
but she would be probably flattered by that.
I wasn't. You know, in the times I've spoken about it, I've never said anything nasty about you.
No, not at all.
It's always been very rave reviews, and nice things. But just that listen. Like I usually am fucking Pete pull out, and I aim for the carpet. You know, I mean, I want no mistakes. But I was like, fuck. That was one instance where it was one of my greater regrets that I did. I'm sure it's not a regret of yours. I'm sure you heard. I'm sure if I didn't, you would have just stood in the middle of the room and jumped up and down quickly. just to get rid of the fucking demon seed. But
would you have Jimmy's blinking baby?
Oh, he's adorable.
He basically said he didn't want to pull out, Brie.
I didn't.
He's in love, yeah.
I'm not, because that makes me sound like an unhealthy, crazy person. I wouldn't say that, but it was just such a nice moment.
You're a healthy, crazy person.
No, but I felt in that moment
that
we just should have made a child.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That would have been something.
Yes.
I had that feeling, too.
Oh.
All right, well, there's plenty of time. I mean, I'm 42. I'm looking younger and in as fine a shape as I did when you last saw me.
Pulling out is one of the hardest things to do.
It's fucking, most times it's
Write
fucking
a song about that.
Easy breezy.
You know that?
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll try.
I like that horse in Oregon. That's how I fucking come.
Jimmy,
in a man's ass.
Jesus. Jimmy's also touring the country doing his comedy thing, his antisocial thing.
I am, yes.
Selling out bigger places than Charlie Sheen, by the way.
I don't know about that.
Bigger places.
No, because all she had to do is look on the website and go, oh, we did that theater, not this one. Ugh.
How great would it be if Brie Olson just showed up at one of the shows for little Jimmy Norton?
No comp tickets! Oh, sorry, Brie.
Got to buy your own.
Everybody pays!
How great. The place would go nuts that the little Jimmy Norton's friend came out just to support Jimmy.
I wouldn't, but I wouldn't, honestly, dude, I'm fucking, I wouldn't want to bring her out because then it's just like then I'm just too fucking asking for somebody much better looking to come along and fucking wreck my night. So I probably would actually keep her fucking locked up with the bounty in the fucking cabinet. Like don't say nothing. If you have to go to the bathroom, knock twice. I'll let you out. All right. Penthouse this month. Very sexy. I really wouldn't lock you up and just let you out to use the bathroom. That was something serial killers say to their fucking victims before they masturbate into their shoes. And it's what Jerome Brutus would say to people. But yeah, I'm happy to hear that you're single again, and you know you're doing well. You sound good.
She's doing her. She's doing Brie. What are we promoting, Brie? I know the Penthouse is out.
Penthouse.
Yeah, I know the Penthouse is out. You're on the cover. Once again, it's the May issue. You see her right on the cover. And like Ann said, a nice spread where she's lesing out.
Yes, lesing.
It is a very, very sexy spread. So
did Jimmy eat your pussy?
Oh, ask her nicer. Let's ask her nicer.
How do you ask that nicely?
Oral sex.
Hey, I thought that was being nice.
No. She's a nice girl. Did you guys have did you and Jim have oral sex?
Oral sex is the way to go with that.
And then she'll probably say Jim. Should I say? And I'll say Brie. You can certainly say that we both did that really nicely to each other.
Oh my
but I don't want to speak for you.
Did he awkwardly sniff your hiney?
Oh my goodness!
There's no awkwardness when Jimmy sniffs a hiney. He's a professional.
No. Hold on. Don't blow up my spot here. We had a very, very let's just say a very nice.
No, Jimmy talks about it as a very. He doesn't really talk in detail about it. By the way.
But I've always spoken about it nicely.
He really, really likes you.
Well,
I could tell.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, that's why he kept blowing me off.
I didn't
blow off Brie Olson.
I didn't blow off Brie, but
Supposed to be the other way around.
I honestly, we both travel extensively, and I haven't seen you in probably you were in studio once in the last 2 years. That's the last time I saw you.
You keep on getting these girlfriends, though, Jimmy.
I know.
Oh, shit.
Jimmy's a good guy.
I'm actually, believe me, there
was a few times he was shaking,
and I have not broken. I mean,
wow. I know.
I've been a good boy. I mean, all right. So, look, does transsexual porn count as cheating? Let's certainly hope not. Because if it does, I'm the cheating kid. But yeah, no. I haven't even seen Brie in probably over 2 years.
2 years? Wow.
No, since the last time she was here.
It's a while now.
When are you going to be in New York again? We would love to have you come in and just hang.
Goodness, I don't know. But when I come, I will for sure come in.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And it's Brie Olson on Twitter.
And
yes, at Brie Olson, BreeOlson.
And what is your
on Twitter?
What is your do you have a website, or are you just doing Twitter?
BrieOlson.com.
Okay, and the penthouse, is it in stores now?
Yep. Oh, it's on stands right now.
Okay. Wait, you know what? We were focused so much on Charlie. I don't know. There might be more no comments, whatever. But I got to ask about the DUI thing.
No, what's up with that? What?
Well, you just pled guilty, I guess.
Yeah, I did.
One of those nights,
It was just one of those nights, huh?
No, it really wasn't. I slipped on ice, and I honestly don't remember what happened after that. I wrecked my car, and I don't remember. I woke up, and I was in jail, and I must have hit my head or something.
Damn.
That's scary, though, right? When you don't remember it?
Stick to that.
I mean, it's like, you know, anytime I drink, I've always had, you know, my entourage with me. You know, it wasn't even that late. I went to meet with one of my friends here at a local club because he wanted me to do, like, covers and ads for him. And so we were having a meeting about that, and I was driving home. It was like 11 o'clock at night. It wasn't even that late, and slid on ice. And that's the last thing I remember was sliding.
Wow, and then you woke up in jail?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Did that make you not want to drink and drive again?
Dude, I seriously, I had 2 beers.
Wow. Scary.
Oh, God.
It's fucking scary.
The hell that happened? 2 beers?
Well, she's small, too, so that might have registered something.
Maybe a roofie in there or something.
And it was like, you know, we were going to take it to trial and everything, obviously, because I'm like, I'm not going to, you know, plead guilty to something that I didn't do, and I don't have a criminal record at all. I mean, nothing. I'm you know, very law-abiding, and so we were going to take it to trial, and then my attorney, he got a hold of the tapes and everything from the jail, and you can tell I'm not drunk, but I was conscious, though, and I wasn't slurring or anything, but I was insulting the officers, and I kept asking for my attorney, and I kept telling them to let me go, and that I was a vegan, and that I should be let go because I'm vegan.
Oh, shit, wow. That's gotta be hilarious.
Yeah.
And it was, and I was like, after I seen that, I'm like, a jury is never going to sympathize with me.
No, they're going to say she's hammered, and
but you know, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't like 6-inch stilettos, and I wasn't like swaying or tipping over anything. I was perfectly straight in the tests and their little yellow line they had, and like I said, not slurring at all, but just, and I don't even remember that.
I'd arrest you too, though. As a cop, especially if she hit her head and fucking.
Mean officer.
Oh my God, I'd be off the force in a second. They'd catch me in the back seat, just fucking her. It'd be terrible.
No, I can't believe they just didn't take me to the hospital because my car was completely totaled. It was a brand new 2010.
I know. It's just fucking. My perv switch would go off and I would just lose it. Open up. Imagine that you come up to a car that slid on the ice and hit something, and there's some damsel in the fucking driver's seat, just kind of semi-conscious.
And her blouse popped open.
And you're probably just thinking, you're probably just thinking it's some fucking, you know, hag that's going home or something. And you pull up, it's Brie Olson. My dick would be out so fucking fast.
Dude, and you know what?
Holy shit.
Seriously, they probably, I mean, who knows? Because we asked for all the video surveillances of the cop cars, and one squad car turned in the tape. And
boy.
6 cops did not turn in their tapes and said that they were non-existent.
Yeah, the camera's all broke.
Oops, what happened?
Oh, boy.
You should have fought this, because it's very suspicious that they got you and you only drank 2 beers.
Did you wake up with what you thought was strudel icing on your back?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't.
Just making sure.
But like I said, it was really screwy and it was really messed up, and I was going to take it to trial, but it's like, and especially it couldn't have happened at a worse time with Charlie involved and everything, and I was like, well, great, you know, how is everyone going to look at me now? So I just was like, whatever, and, you know, I can get it off my record in a few years with good behavior and everything, which I won't have a problem with, so I'm not worried about it.
No, it's weird. It says here she's got to serve 1 year of unsupervised probation. What is
that?
She doesn't have to go see it.
Double secret probation.
Right. They'll just know.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you should have went to trial. I mean, I don't know how you don't think a jury would believe the I wasn't drunk, I'm vegan argument. That's worked in many, many DUI cases. You don't understand. That wasn't liquor. That was tofu. I was vomiting. Do you have trouble going to regular restaurants?
It's not that bad. I mean, some places, like Olive Garden, they put egg and milk and everything. Because, like, vegan, it's so extreme. Like, even noodles, you have to make sure they're not made out of egg. And even, like, red sauces, sometimes they'll put butter in it, and I can't eat butter. So it's, like, it's really extreme. So, literally, Olive Garden, there's nothing there that I can eat. Nothing. Unless I got their lettuce plain in a bowl.
Oh, wow.
But most restaurants, you know, I can get, like, spinach salad or, you know, something else, or noodles if they're not made out of egg and stuff like that.
That's crazy. It's like such. It's so restricting on what you could eat. Any reason? Is it health or fucking like morality?
I read this awesome book. It was actually a New York Times bestseller book.
It was called How to Annoy Everyone I Go Out to Dinner With.
No, everyone's usually really interested.
Is this the book that I wrote? Animals. They're not just for eat. I was going to say they're for fucking, but I tripped on it. But I just couldn't say it. All right, so what was the book?
It's called Skinny Bitch. And there's also a male version called Skinny Bastard, and it's actually when I was on the heavier side about a year ago now, and I got up to a little over 140, and I was like, I just need to make a change. So I got on my iPhone and I went to iBooks and I downloaded this book, which I thought was just going to be a diet book. You know, they really fool you with the name, called Skinny Bitch. And I started reading it, and it turned out to be a lot about veganism. And usually, I mean, I'm an Indiana girl. I love steak and potatoes and all that.
Oh, shit, right?
And I literally read that book in one sitting and switched overnight and never ate meat or anything again.
Do you? Why not? Why not just vegetarian? Why full on vegan?
Because vegetarian, there's still dairy and eggs and all that, and that's still really fattening. And it also supports the veal industry, and, you know, I can go into that for days. But I've always been an animal lover, and so, you know, I got all animal rights.
Which film is that? Oh, sorry. I'm teasing, of course.
Hey.
LOL.
LOL, yes. LOL. Winky face. Well, Brie,
thanks for calling.
You're
us.
hot as fuck.
Yeah, you look.
Tell you.
Again, you look really good in the and you know.
Yeah.
I don't buy magazines much.
Good.
And I was given this one for free, so I don't have to buy it. But this is a fucking very good issue.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Congratulations on a great shoot. You certainly made a nice one to come back to.
Thank you.
And we'll see you when you're in New York. You're welcome to come in anytime.
Thank you, guys.
All right, it was good talking to you again, and I'm glad you're doing okay. You sound like you're fine.
Thank you. Love you guys.
All right, we'll talk to you
watch
soon.
the
sweetheart.
geese.
All right.
Bye, Brie.
Brie Olson, everyone.
There
From
she
Fort
goes.
Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah, like the no comments. I'll tell you why they didn't bother me, because she wasn't seeking out, like, hey, I need to, you know, she hasn't been talking to anybody, so it's like.
Yeah.
She said she gave us more than anyone else, and
I haven't heard her say anything to anybody.
I kind of respect it in a way, because she's not exploiting it.
No.
She certainly could fucking make a shitload.
Dude, she could be doing. She could be doing a lot.
Yeah, because that's why it's hard to
this.
just go, well, fuck you if you're not talking. It's like, yeah, you know, she hasn't said anything. She's been offered a lot of fucking money to say shit. Some of the no comments I didn't understand. I think there's other things going on that even the press hasn't picked up on, that she's kind of keeping on the the DL, as they say.
I think my thought is that she was done with Charlie Sheen a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
And then it turned into this thing, and maybe it became a business arrangement or something. I don't know.
Little publicity kind of a thing.
And she got kind of stuck. I think she wanted out a while ago, and she was trying to figure out what this
That's
whole
good
thing
speculation.
is. I don't think. I really don't think they were having wild, crazy sex night after night.
I think it's all a bit.
I don't think it was a bit.
Just being a listener.
Yeah, I think there was certainly some sex going on early.
Yeah.
I really think all that went away. I really do.
You want to hear the noise I make when I kiss?
Yeah. Jesus. Do you believe that Charlie didn't do a drug or
I do actually. I don't.
Yeah.
She said it. She said no drugs or alcohol in her presence, and she was around.
Didn't say it, so
I have to pee, my sweeties, badly.
Oh, make a wee wee.
But more importantly, Anthony's fucking visual on being a cop.
Oh, come on. Dude, when you see a car slid on ice and wrecked, and you pull up to the scene, and you're thinking you're just going to see some Indiana fucking...
some Bayshore bitch.
Farm bitch or something.
Right.
And then Brie Olson's there with her ample breasts hanging out.
Just being heavy and lofty at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I just thought of something. Maybe that's where the other 6 dash cam videos went.
Yes. No shit.
We all thought that.
Yeah, it's like fucking... Maybe she's got like... a light dusting of glittery airbag powder on her chest.
Somewhere there's an unedited 6-camera shoot porno. Starring Brie Olson.
Brie Olson and 6 police officers in.
Somewhere there's
I just don't remember.
Somewhere there's video of a cop that has like fucking donut powder on his face.
Oh, fuck.
From just going.
Just
getting some of that,
those tits.
Getting some of that airbag dust on their face.
Fuck it. Her stiletto heels just hiked up in the front seat, grabbing her ankles and just pounding away. Oh, fuck yeah. On the dash cam? Holy shit.
Yeah, I failed a lot of people today. They wanted the boring clip. They wanted the boo. They wanted this and that. But what are you going to do? You know, maybe she'll, maybe she'll talk eventually. You got.
It's like, first of all, here's the deal also, what I was thinking. What else is there to fucking that anyone wants to know?
I guess
we all fucking know the story.
I guess it would be big news if she would have said that he is still on drugs, obviously, so we asked that. It would be big news if there really wasn't this crazy party scene at the house like the media has reported.
Yeah.
That would have been big news for us. What else? I guess that's about it. I guess those are the two big questions.
Dress around the house.
Right.
Shit like that. But, you know, she's come on before. She's done great things for the show. Mm-hmm. She's hot as fuck. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we got to cut her some slack.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Every once in a while, we give someone a pass. We gave someone a pass today.
And she, what
do you want from us?
Know, she said she did say more shit than she said on other stuff. I'm sure someone will pick something up on it.
All right, quick break, and Nick DiPaolo next. Stay there.
Gregorio! Antonio!
Amy.